So it looks like we're not going to be getting a Transformer Tuesday today due to the fact that the big reveal, I guess, is just Hasbro letting us know what's going to be happening with the Funko Pop Shockwave that was originally a FunCon exclusive. They're showing up as of this recording right now in Target, and so be sure to go out there and check that out. That's our new Transformer product for Transformer Tuesday, I guess. So what we're going to do instead today is we're going to do yet again another Transformer Slag podcast Patreon listener question. So if you want to be part of the Transformer Slag podcast and support the podcast, let us know we're doing a half decent job in the Transformer world, giving us the news, the reviews, and the knowledge of the lore of the brand. And of course, we do a pretty good live stream, if I do say so myself. Patreon.com/Protoman, or check the pinned comment or the description below. Come join us, help support the podcast. What does that get you? What does your hard-earned money get you helping support the podcast, where you get your name in the end credit scroll at the end of every segment moving forward during your patronage? It gets your name put all over the place, really, at that point. You also get access to the Transformer Slag Discord, where we hang out, we talk about Transformers, we share lore, we share deals and all the different deals that happen, so you could share money on your hobby. Depending on what tier you're at, you also might get a little snail mail gift, a little something I've been working on, but we'll talk about that in the future. And of course, the Patreon listener question. You get to ask a question on the podcast and have it fleshed out, and we have one right here from the legendary Elite Guard member himself, Space Ghostal, and he wants to know, hey Protoman, I got a simple question that I want to put out there. Why does Hasbro Pulse ship out their Transformers product way after retailers get it? Let us know from Space Ghostal. So, actually, the funny thing is long before Hasbro Pulse was doing this, there was another company that was also known for doing this, and it was that of Lego. And essentially, when you have two different schools of thought, is when you have companies that kind of have their own direct market kind of way of putting out product, and a way that fans could just buy directly from the company, they always make sure to do it way later. Lego stores are an example of this, and Lego Direct is an example of this. Primarily because, and this goes to Hasbro Pulse, why do Hasbro Pulse ship out product way later than what's in retail, is that for someone like Hasbro and a company like that, you want to kind of give all your retailers a chance to be the ones who get the product first, because they're the ones that are going to be ordering in the millions. Yeah, sure, something like Hasbro Pulse will get the product too, but they don't want it that every single hardcore collector is going to be just going there to get their fix. They want it that they go to retail stores, so that retail product moves, so that companies order multiple cases of stuff and make them millions of dollars, and it creates that good relationship between Target, Walmart, Walgreens, whatever it may be, or in the case of United States and Canada, Toys R Us. So it's something that's the primary reason. The secondary reason is more so because Hasbro Pulse at its core is for the hardcore collectors, and as it stands right now, the primary focus for it is really the exclusive kind of items, the partnership exclusives or the direct Hasbro Pulse exclusives. Whenever they end up with other stuff that is more of the retail nature, it really is kind of an afterthought. It's like, oh, hey, by the way, if you couldn't get this and that, it's here. It's available here, and you can pick it up here. And it goes back to what I said. Number one, it's really them trying to keep that handshake honor that they have with the retailers that buy their products in the billions. Like, I wish that was an over-exaggeration, but that's not. In the billions, as opposed to, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 hardcore fans that are going to pick up their Commander-class Rodimus through them, as opposed to finding it in retail. So it works out better that way for both companies. And it's all about keeping those relationships, because, the way that it stands right now is that toy companies, the only way they're really going to survive is keeping those strong retail relationships, and them, the retail companies, buying massive amount of cases in order to keep that going. It kind of sucks for us that order from Hasbro Pulse, because, we kind of want to get our product as soon as possible. But there is, again, a business kind of reasoning behind it and why they do that. Now, that being said, it's not like Hasbro Pulse has a lot of faults. Again, the stuff that is good is there. The ability to get some of the partnership exclusives, if you had difficulty getting them through, let's say, Amazon, or if they're a Target exclusive, or if they're a Walmart exclusive, they get them there. And that's not just Transformers. That's all the Hasbro-related brands. There's those opportunities that present themselves. And on top of that, I mean, again, if somehow you live in a state where you just don't have, a good, I guess we'll call it rollover of product and a refreshing of product on your shelves. I've seen many times in the comments like, oh, I wish I could get so-and-so, but, my Walmart is still stuck on Wave 1 Kingdom and it's never going to move. Then it doesn't matter if you get your product a little later than retail if you buy it through Hasbro Pulse, because chances are your retail might not get it at all. It's another alternative. And if you're American, you have better shipping kind of options, and it just works out in the end. So that's more or less the short end of it, of why Hasbro Pulse ships it out way later than retailers. Directed to my friend Space Ghostal over here, who asked the question. But I hope that answers it more or less. I mean, it really is a business kind of thing. And when you're looking at Hasbro Pulse, the primary focus and goal when you're buying from that entity is more for the exclusives and stuff like that. I mean, look, the Ravage, Covert Agent Ravage, Decepticons Forever pack, that's a Hasbro Pulse thing. I mean, that's its purpose. That's what it exists there for. So that's what it primarily should be. And then everything else is really just a trickle down. Oh, hey, I couldn't find this Walgreens thing. They're going to have it in the partnership section. Or, I couldn't find, this one product, something like that. Either way. Anyways, let me know what you think. Maybe I have, it a little skewed, but that's more or less what's going on. And again, it's existed for years with Lego and how they were doing things with their partnerships with retailers. So let me know what you think, but that's more or less it. And again, if you want to be like Space Ghostal and join the Patreon, help support the podcast, let us know that we're doing a half-decent job. We're doing okay. We're not bad. I mean, some people love us, some people hate us, but we're trying our best to do what we do here on the podcast, and I like to believe that people enjoy what we do. So again, patreon.com/Protoman. Gotta plug it. It's how we keep the lights on this podcast. But gotta plug it, keep it alive. Patreon.com/Protoman, or check the pinned comment or the description below. And rock out with the robots in disguise.